I know you guys have seen those beautiful, magical, silky waterfalls coming down the cliffside in Iceland, and you might be wondering to yourself, I like that photo. How can I do it myself? Well, you, my friend, are in luck because today I'm here to tell you all about it, how you can get that photo for yourself, hang it on the wall when you get home, and be like, yeah, I'm a professional photographer. 3-minute tip Thursday? Let's get into it. It's so funny because at first I didn't like the look of this silky waterfall because I was like, that's not how the waterfall looks. Like when you look at a waterfall, you can literally see the water falling. And when you take a photo of it, it snaps it, it freezes it in time. So it took me a while to come around to the silky waterfall thing. I remember having this conversation with my friend Christy, and she was like, just give it time. You'll like it one day. Damn it, she's right, because now I can't live without silky waterfall photos. I love them. They are my favorite. So today we're talking about how you can get yourself your own silky waterfall photo. The gear you're gonna need and the setup on your camera and everything. So this is gonna be a breeze. Are you guys ready? Let's get into it. So there's a few things that you're going to need gear-wise. First thing is you're gonna need a camera with manual settings. Unfortunately, unless they come out with an app sometime soon, smartphones do not capture the silky waterfalls because you need to be able to change the camera settings manually. So the first thing you're gonna need is some kind of camera that does that. The second thing you'll need is a tripod. Absolutely critical if you wanna get those silky photos because that's gonna keep your camera stable so that the water looks like it's flowing and it's not like blurry. Just like we talked about in the Northern Lights video. You need to have a tripod to stabilize. Next up, not critical, but highly recommended. I do recommend a shutter release. This is a shutter release, and all it does is lets me push a button without even touching my camera, and the shutter will close by itself. So handy because then you don't have to worry about anything, messing with the movement or anything like that. Just an easy. Last but not least are polarizing filters. Polarizing filters are nice for a little bit more sunny or brighter days. So what it's gonna do is it's just gonna tone down that sun exposure. If there's any light reflecting from off the water or anything like that, then the polarizing filter just kind of puts like sunglasses on so that you're able to get an even better photo. So when it's really bright out, the sun is blaring, you have that washed out white sky, which you get a lot in Iceland, then you're gonna have a severely overexposed waterfall shot. Polarizing filter will just kind of like put a little mask, little sunglasses on, and that really, really helps. Now that we talked about gear, let's talk about what settings you'll need for your camera. So some cameras come with like a shutter priority mode that's already built in. If you're really a beginner and you just bought a new camera or you're borrowing a camera from someone else, then you can just set the camera up on your tripod, put it in shutter priority, and cross your fingers and hope for the best. But if you do want to have a little bit more control over your shot, then I recommend putting the camera in manual mode. Now, when you put the camera in manual mode, you're going to be able to control 3 main options: the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter speed. And all of that combination is what's going to help you get the perfect silky waterfall shot. So first up, let's talk about aperture. Now, aperture is how big, like the pupil of the camera is. So how big or small the pupil of the camera is and how big it opens. So you want to start with aperture around f-stop 16. Again, this is going to vary based on your lighting conditions and everything like that. So I would recommend starting around that number and decreasing it, so making the aperture smaller as needed. Next, you're gonna want a low ISO. So this is gonna allow you to have less noise in your photo. So ISO, if you have it too high, then it can make it look really grainy and really kind of blurry looking as well. So you want a really, really low ISO. Next up, shutter speed. This is going to really vary depending on your lighting and where you are and what kind of waterfall you're shooting. But in general, you want to start low, meaning like less seconds, and then you can build up as needed. But you're gonna know because of how the water looks. So if it looks like it's still getting pretty choppy, then you need to leave your shutter speed a little bit higher. So those are my tips, the gear you need and the camera settings that you need for getting those beautiful Silky Waterfall photos. I hope you guys loved this video and I would love to see your Silky Waterfall photos. So what you can do is you can share your photos using our community hashtag on Instagram, hashtag icelandwithaview, so I can see all the beautiful work that you're up to and your Silky Waterfall photos as well. As always, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe so that you can get alerts for future awesome videos like this one. I will see you guys next time, and as always, happy planning.